allow the children. It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. She off your mind. Like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go sama us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego diary politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my egun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. My egun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. My egun don't come, oh, yo. Man of the masses, my ego don't come, oh,
Hello there. Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun live.
Glory Facebook, glory YouTube. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one. Mayegun diary.
Thank you so much for joining me once again. Tonight, share this broadcast. Invite your friends. Invite your not so friendly friends. Tell them, Mayegun to today, Mayegun don't come.
Ani Mayegun lawamo do. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Yes.
Ani esunraki.
4,000 jobs and visa will be made available for the youth of Imo State if they vote for hopeless Uzordinjo, Uzordingba, the Beribe of Owerri. You can easily call him as well the Supreme Court Governor of Owerri. Vote for me and you can go to Europe. There is actually you've been hearing series of tribunal judgments. Abi, the one that they delivered for Kaduna is the most confusing one. PDP is celebrating, APC is celebrating, and both of them are appealing the court judgment. Ridiculous. Kolu is still missing, by the way. It's been 8 days. He left New York 8 days ago. We haven't heard from him since then. Motideo, Ekuleo. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Mayegun and it is live. If you are watching live, by the way, because you can watch replay later, or you may be watching a replay after this. It doesn't matter. The message therein is this. Take a moment. If you have done that already, that's great too. Read the caption of the broadcast. Read the body, which is the description of the broadcast. That will bring you into the discussion. From that moment, you'll be able to key in and possibly even call in. Therefore, let us start from the header. Yesterday, there was this media paparazzi everywhere. Kilo shele go go go. What is going on? We decided to take a look. And it was Uzordinjo of Owerri, the father of the Buhari Shukus, the Ngozi Harris, the Nneka Harris, the Supreme Court governor of Owerri, the man that became the bridge for the northern terrorists that invaded the eastern part of Nigeria, that later metamorphosed into, the politically armed terror group called Unknown Gunmen in eastern Nigeria, is the embodiment of what we can say for the fact that evil, hopeless, Uzordinjo, the former 419er. However, what was he doing? He was carrying all of his Buhari Shukus, Ngozi Harris, Nneka Harris. He was carrying them trabaye. Guess what? They carry them handicap. They are going to have election in November. And that election, among other off-election season elections, okay, Imo State would need to go to the poll again. The last time they went to the poll, the current man that brought terror to Imo State and the entire eastern Nigeria, he has never been held responsible. However, this man who brought the terror to the eastern Nigeria, Uzordinjo, he was also contesting. After the election 4 years ago, Uzordinjo came fourth in the overall election. Then he went to court, struck a deal with Bokwari, probably a deal that later proved to the rest of the Igbos in eastern Nigeria of what they are now calling unknown gunmen, okay, that they brought in. Probably, but that was the deal. The deal was to kill every young person that opposes any of Bokwari's policy, terrorist policies of, you need to learn how to live with your killers. Take them in. If you can't take them in, you are the problem. They will continue to kill you if you don't give them your land. Those were the policies of Bokwari, especially for the rest of southern Nigeria. Uzordinjo signed that. and he was rewarded with it. Supreme Court governor that came forth in an election was declared winner by the Supreme Court. That was the beginning of the trauma, of the terrorism, of the insecurity in eastern Nigeria. I know a lot of you will likely kind of probably want to play a smart one. You are not smart. There was never a single act of terrorism or violence in eastern part of Nigeria. I mean, throughout the time that IPOB were preaching their breakup messages, there was no violence anywhere. No single one until the day Uzordinjo became the governor of Owerri. The rest is history. Today, the young people who disagrees politically with Uzordinjo, they are easily tagged. I mean, they are easily tagged IPOB, ESN, and their lives were on the line. These are part of the state-sponsored genocide, state-sponsored terrorism, state-sponsored ethnic cleansing that I have been shouting and talking about on this platform for years now. That guy is a main suspect. Hold him. And the terrorism in eastern Nigeria will disappear just the same way they came. What was it doing with the youth of Imo State now, where most part of the state have either been bombed by the military or they have been ransacked, destroyed by their own unknown gunmen, as they say? Now, suddenly, he seemed to care about the youth of Imo State. And that is a shocker. So I was interested. What was he doing? He was training the Igbo youth, the Imo State youth, 15,000 of them. He was training them on digital marketing. Teaching them digital marketing. Okay? Imo State today is one of the states with the highest number of unemployment in eastern Nigeria. In fact, they kind of believe that the top job in Imo State today is to join politics. After that, go into hotel business. And you know the rest, Abi? Youth unemployment in Imo State is staggering because every economic activity that we're supposed to be invested in, the act of political brigandage, terrorism that has sustained them for a while, have kind of destroyed most of them. Now he wanted to remain. He wanted to have a chart. And now he has a plan for the youth of Imo State. Now he has a plan, and what is the plan? Wait for it. Listen, guys, we know all of you want to leave Nigeria. Okay? But before you leave Nigeria, I want you to vote for me for the second term. I have already discussed with my friends in the European Union that they will give you visa. 4,000 of you, after this training, 4,000 of you will receive visa, an automatic job in European countries. But in November, make sure you vote for me first. Ridiculous, you will say. It's even worse when you listen to him say it directly, like this.
Let me tell you something. I have gone further to negotiate with the European Union companies and Canadian companies. They are sending us special areas of digital skill, which our youth will also learn. And by December this year, 4,000 Imo youth will be employed in Europe. And once the employment letter comes, the governor will pay for your air ticket. something.
Did you see that? Their governor is promising them, if they vote for him in November, by December, employment letter will come from companies from Europe, and he will pay for their air ticket. They should go to Europe and work. And it is a campaign. Did you see how the Dumbos were screaming? Some of those idiots you saw in that place, conditioned idiots, they are also on social media. At least, more than 80% of them in that gathering believed him. They believed him. A month to election, somebody who has been bombing them, somebody who has been ransacking their villages, destroying their businesses, taking over their land and sending soldiers to them, calling them supporters, promoters of IPOB, they are this, they are that, and then destroying their villages, destroying their communities, arresting them at random check and all of that, and making them disappear for 4 years, a month to election. He will actually want 4,000 of them to disappear if he meant it, which he didn't mean. So you see those young people there, as you have that fraction of idiots there who are shouting, hey, hey, hey. That same strong mind of believing criminals like that. Imagine having that number, because that is just a little fractional, the ones you saw in that video, to represent the percentage of idiots in Imo State, okay? And they go fight you with everything. They will fight you and say, you don't know what you are talking about. Do you know how many things he has created? Do you know how many jobs? Do you know how many this and that? But when you go to those places, you begin to say, now who caused these people? Now imagine that number of idiots in Imo State. Now put them in 36 places and tell me that you don't have a problem on your hands. Every part of Nigeria have those kind of idiots, young people who are the victims of this misgovernance, bad government, insecurity, unemployment, and all this poverty. Young people are the people who are suffering most too. Now them, their parents, could no longer cater for. And therefore, they couldn't go to school anymore, right? They have nobody to, they have, their second names are not the popular names that can easily get them jobs. So when they are talking about poor people, poverty, now young people, they suffer most too. But they are also the conditional idiots that will listen to these scammers called leaders. They will listen to them every 4 years. And they will keep hoping that maybe one of these days, they will do exactly what they promised to do. Conditional idiots. I think they call it Iberibe. Hopeless Uzordinjo. Let me show you a part. Somebody share a clip. I've been looking for something like that, okay? To just show those communities in Imo State where hopeless Uzordinjo sent Nigerian soldiers. Because of their land, you send soldiers to go and kill them. And then they turned and they said they killed IPOB and destroyed their camp. Do you understand? That is what their media reported. You see all those people who have had their family members, relatives killed by the Nigerian army in Imo State and across eastern Nigeria. So when you are talking about justice, injustice, these are people who are suffering grave injustice in Nigeria right now. You see those who have suffered that, and when we talk about the Igbos being profiled and being targeted, which is very obvious, Abi. Yes, that is institutional, Abi. I am now talking about those who are actually receiving direct terrorist attack from their own government agency. killing them, and they cannot come out and fight because when they killed them, they said they killed them because they were IPOB, they were ESN, they carried gun, they killed soldiers. And when you look at those they killed, armless civilians, elderly people, young people in rural communities, see. And they will never be able to come out and cry and fight and say, soldiers came and they killed us, because nobody will listen to them. Nobody will fight for them because the system is actually the one that is killing them. I don't know if you understand. I'll show you what that looks like. I think the Labour Party candidate recorded this, but I just want to show you the visual. Take a look.
Protectors of life, not to kill, not to destroy lives. The essence of governance is to protect lives and property. Come on, this is wrong. This shouldn't happen at all. Sometimes you lead by example. This is wrong. Very, very wrong. In the midst of all the hunger, all the poverty, all the suffering, where do they start from? Tell me, where will these people start from? These people, they are not guilty of killing these soldiers. So what is their crime? The police should do their work of investigation and fish out the killers. They have helicopters, they have drones, they have information. Let them activate it and get the culprits and leave innocent people alone. My government, this can never happen. We'll have vigilante in every local government in the country. We equip police. Look at that place. Except the opposite where these men were killed. It's the land I bought for to rebuild the Imembano police station. Let me go and show you people the area command that was damaged that I rebuilt. It was dynamited, destroyed. So I repaired 9 APC so that these men will not be killed. Like Allah will be protected. Up till now, the Commissioner of Police has not been able to deliver them to me. I spent 100 million of my hard-earned money. I don't have any security vote. I've been supporting police and civil defense and military over the years, the DSS, providing them with vehicles. This is political. They want to make a member not ungovernable because I'm from here. It's just politics. This is politics. Nothing else. These people are innocent, so that they will not say that this is the headquarters of IPOB, so that they will descend on us. The president should look into what is happening in Imo State. He shouldn't allow this to be happening. I live in my village. I can't run away for anybody. I'm not going anywhere.
You know what I mean? Like, who are you going to report to when that was actually sanctioned by the highest authority in the land? Who are you going to report to? The governor? Imagine a governor, somebody who came to make life, who is there to make life better for you, and for political reason, going after his own political enemies. So what did they do? They said, it will send memo and say, you know, this particular local government area is the headquarters of IPOB, is the headquarters of ESN. But what did IPOB do? What did ESN do? Did they kidnap anyone? Did they kill anyone? Of course not. But when you look at the innocent people they are killing, and their media are reporting as IPOB, their family members cannot even come out and fight. Because majority of them will just go straight into hiding. That they survived the program. This is an existential injustice that some of you can never imagine. Because probably it hasn't happened to you. Your governor will say, this local government is the area of IPOB, and Nigeria military, they will send, They will send bombers, fighter jets over civilian communities, and they will start bombing them, killing them. And the media will report the hideout of IPOB were destroyed today by the Nigerian army. That media didn't investigate anything, though. Because the establishment they've already written their own report. They will send it to the media. The media will receive it and say, the military carried out an operation at Umbano local government, at this social community. The rest of it, you can't come out and say, look at what they did to us. And that is why when somebody said that, the culpability of the rogues who are ruling the eastern Nigeria is the reason why the Igbos are still suffering under what you can call an apartheid regime, which is in Nigeria. Apartheid. You know, apartheid regime is the kind of that we say you are all in the same country, but guess what? All animals are never going to be equal. All animals are equal, but some are more equal than the others. Apartheid country, that is what Nigeria is. If you are an Igbo man, you should know this better. See how much of, for those who strongly believe in Nigeria, who are Igbos, and through these charlatans and criminals like this hopeless Uzordinjo, they continue to say, to have an excuse of why they believe in Nigeria. So therefore, everywhere you go, when you do business, when you do anything, you are trying to do something what they call pick me, pick me. I'm a better Igbo. I'm an Igbo that loves Nigeria. I am an Igbo that doesn't believe in Biafra. You can trust me. Look at me. My own Igbo is different. Why? Nigeria don't give a shit about you. The system doesn't give a shit about you. Just like it doesn't give a shit about everyone. Oh, whether you are Yoruba, Hausa, Fulani, we know that. Oh, but this particular one, as an Igbo man, even as an elite, you are living in an apartheid regime, which is what Nigeria is. So, as hopeless as this might sound, it is not completely hopeless. I kind of believe that it's not completely hopeless. A lot of people who are Igbos of Igbo extraction, they are now kind of realizing what Nigeria truly means to them. They can't sit on the same chair with other Nigerians and begin to say, what does Nigeria mean to you? What is Nigeria to you? And they ask all of us that question. Igbo man, Yoruba man, Hausa woman, Fulani woman, this one, that one. And they begin to ask them what Nigeria means to them. So many Igbos are beginning to understand what Nigeria means to them. So they are now reconsidering their strong belief in this fraudulent contraption that has different rules for different people. One rule for them, the others for others in the same country. So it's not completely hopeless. When we look at this, the youth of Imo State, they are not different from the youth of Ogun State. The youth of Imo State, they are not different from the youth of Lagos State. There was this video online. It was an argument around kind of politics or so. And I think it involved, or maybe Davido sort of delve into it. And then the young man that was kind of sort of fighting, or should I say exchanging tweets with Davido, they seem to come from the same place, Osun State. So every time you heard Mayegun talk about Oshogbo Alimajiri, I am talking about the Buhari idiots, the Agbadorians, who are also from my own ethnic nationality, Yoruba land. I'm not proud of them, but they are also from my own blood and my own brothers too. So to differentiate, to separate the wheat from the chaff, I gave them that name because I know the headquarters of the Wiris that will lick asses, that will chase crumbs, and if they have to even disown their parent or even kill their parent for it, for that crumb, they will be willingly and gladly do it. They are very happy slaves. Oshogbo Alimajiri. So the conversation was happening between this Davido and this guy. And then at a point, Davido called him Bingo. You know, something like that. And people were like, firing him, and he was firing back and all that. Then suddenly, when they dropped the video, he wanted to show that he's important too. Yeah, he's a relevant person. And the video was of him and Oyetola, the former Osun governor, thiefnubu's cousin, Igbin Iragbiji. Oyetola sat there. This young boy, who called himself Prince, was in that video. And he was telling Oyetola his achievement in life. And what were those achievements? Esa, it's me. I am the one that wrote the petition that petition, online petition against PDP. Yes, sir. I am also the one that is that has been countering the obedient online. I just want you to know, sir. And Oletola sat there, and he was looking at him, and he was kind of smiling, like, "Wa shere jare, eyin attack dog iwa." You know what I mean? He was happy to tell the state governor then that, sir, we are your attack dog online, oh. We are the one that is giving PDP water. We are the one that is giving it back to the obedient. We will never give them peace. So we know we are suffering. We are poor. But we are ready to be your happy slaves, sir. They are watching me right now. They call them banger boys. Horrible cretins. Or call them horrible cretins. Urchins. Political jobbers. At the age of 30, these Olori Burukus, that you saw in Owerri, they exist in Ogun, they exist in Lagos, they exist in Katsina. You will find them in Osogbo, like the guy I mentioned. But you know something is this, and this is actually an indictment on a lot of you older people, elderly people, that will easily just throw that word. You don't kind of hold it back every time you want to tell us that this democracy must survive because you fought for the democracy. Maybe that is what you older people will say. We fought for this democracy. This democracy must not fail. Blah, 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 blah. But Baba, Mama, you should be ashamed of what that democracy you fought for, that some of you died for, some of you went to jail for, has now come out to be worse than what you fought against. No be so? I've been a democracy, not delay. Is this still a democracy? Where young people are aspiring to be political jobbers, to be political beggars, to be crumb eaters, crumb chasers, ass lickers, to those who don't give a damn about their future. At the age of 31, Yakubu Gowon was the president of Nigeria. Richard Akinjide, at the age of 24, was a special advisor to the president Shagari. Do you remember that? Not Shagari, by the way, just the prime minister, rather, of the Western Nigeria. And you will see, I wanted to talk about Patu Tommy, rather. Patu Tommy, at the age of 24, a special advisor to the president of the country. Today, majority of those who are in their 30s, late 30s, early 40s, their lives have become useless. 24 years of democracy have stolen everything from them. What are they today? They want to be the vuvuzela for politicians. They want to be special advisor to the special advisor to the special advisor to the governor. Not even the special advisor directly. The 30-years-old young men and women, they are aspiring to be political propagandists for those who have limited them. And then they are happy slaves to defend their own octogenarian, septuagenarian relics, they call leaders. So it is not completely hopeless in the case of the young people in eastern Nigeria, if there's something to put on ground and track. Yesterday, we were talking about them starting up a new kind of a vista, opening a new vista, opening up their region, investing in real thing. And the Abia State, you see, people can tell. In Abia State, for 24 years, PDP have been in charge. They were in charge of that state. It's one of the worst states you can meet. I mean, you can probably visit in Nigeria. When I say worse, I actually mean worse. If there's anything that is horrible and terrible than worse, with the potential of that state, Abia, 24 years of horrible people in charge of the lives of millions of people. Until February, when genuine people's movement, you can call it that, no elite inducement or enticement or whatever, they managed to pull it off. The obedient, they elected somebody, Alex Otti, and it's now like that little that candle with that little glowing light, something that is so important in the darkened political world that Nigeria has come to today. It's now like that shining one. It could be blown out, but it seems a lot of people are interested in sustaining it, right? He had his own kind of view of what the Eastern Nigeria should be and when it should start, in his own words here.
Will tell you that government involvement in business is not healthy for business. I say that is not true. I have it on authority that the United States government invests no less than $28.5 to $30 billion every year intervening in agriculture and ensuring food security in the United States. Same is done in energy and, of course, other areas, including transportation. At this point, I want to specially invite everyone seated here to the groundbreaking ceremony of the Abia Industrial and Innovation Park in Owaza. Owaza is in Okwa West local government of Abia State, and this event comes up on Saturday, the 30th of this month by 12 noon. That's in 2 days' time. The park, sitting on over 1,000 hectares of land, will host multiple layers of businesses, including modular refineries, petrochemical and fertilizer plants, and several other chains of enterprises that will take advantage of the oil and gas deposits in Okwa West. It is near to Aba and Port Harcourt cities. A seaport is in the works. An EPZ will also follow. 24-hour power supply is guaranteed, and other components of the larger ecosystem within the community to make businesses work. Already we have secured support of a major stakeholder to build an innovation and incubation center within the park. The facility will train and expose our young minds to the best tools and platforms for their trade. The Innovation and Incubation Center will specially benefit university students, graduates, and startups in several ways. You will get more details from some of our representatives at this summit and at the groundbreaking ceremony on Saturday. My message as I close is simple. Building our region into a prosperous and secure space is our collective obligation. No foreigner will do it for us. Granted, the foreigners will tell you.
Now you hear that? Isn't that promising? That was what he took to the Security and Economic Summit of Eastern Nigeria, which happened yesterday. He wasn't telling them his vision. He was actually telling them it's about to start, and he's inviting them to come and join Abia people in breaking the sword. I mean, turning the sword. Can you compare that with this again?
Let me tell you something. I have gone further to negotiate with the European Union companies and Canadian companies. They are sending us special areas of digital skill, which our youth will also learn. And by December this year, 4,000 Imo youths will be employed in Europe. minister comes, the governor will pay for your air ticket.
Now, this is not like, me telling you that Alex Otti is going to deliver everything he said or not, okay? Or Hopeless Uzordinjo is not going to deliver what he said or not. I am saying you should just judge the two contexts. For a country that is going through what Nigeria is going through right now, check the two. And then you probably will get the message. And if you don't get it, forget about it. Going forward, do you understand what this man says here? Let me show you something. Oh, hang on. There's actually something I wanted to show you, which is also from that same Abia. They shut down the Abia General Hospital, you know what I mean? Immediately, this guy came in. And that was 3 months or so ago. So I think about 2 days ago, they reopened the place. Let me see if you can just take a look.
Ayégun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Ayégun dáyàrí ayégun nàmbà wá. Ayégun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Ayégun dáyàrí ayégun nàmbà wá. Ayégun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Ayégun dáyàrí ayégun nàmbà wá. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Ayégun dáyàrí. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí. Máyégún dáyàrí àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Máyégún dáyàrí.
Thank you. I thought I should show you that before we go to the next one. So he's kind of looking promising. So it is the Abia people. If you are from Abia State, whatever you feel about Alex Otti, you are right. I know the judge. In that regard, you see, that's what I told you about Peter Obi. When I see facts, indisputable facts, no amount of how you feel about him can change what is actually factual. But how you feel about him cannot, the facts can also not completely negate how you feel about him. You know what I mean? Like if you are from Anambra State, when Peter Obi was your governor, and you say Peter Obi is this or that, to me, you are right. I'm not in a position to say, shut up your mouth. What do you mean? The person who has right to tell you to shut up should be somebody from Anambra State as well. But when it comes to the output, the end goal, and whatever it is, actually facts, that is different too. Emotion don't change facts. All right? And that is the same thing that is going on in Abia State right now. For those who know Abia very well, very, very well, and what godfatherism has done to that place, of course, you would understand why Alex Otti is a superstar. It's like a diamond in the stone. Among stones. Because the people of Abia State, they have been fed with sand, which is terrible governance, for so long. Then whatever he does right now, please don't make it look like they are stupid for actually celebrating him. which is promising. But again, it will be judged when the time is indeed right. But let's take a bit forward. I'm about to poison Tinubu's minister. I know this is tragic. Sure you get. Now, take a look at this lady on your screen. So that is thiefnubu's minister for tourism. Okay? And her name is Lola Ade-John. As you are watching this video, from the reports that is currently available in the media, and that it hasn't been refuted, Mrs. Lola Ade-John, she want to poison her. They don't poison her. No idea who or where they poison her. However, the family member that kind of spoke to the media on this said, for the past 4 days now, she has been battling with her life, currently living on a respiratory machine. Respiratory machine. I read them somewhere, but I can tell you. You see that gas? That's gas. She is now living on oxygen. Oxygen. Something like that, like machine. Now machine, they monitor her breathing and everything, and monitoring that. And this is actually so serious because who could have the chance of poisoning the minister? Is it food poisoning? Is there some other chemical stuff? But behind the scene, from what we know that they would deny, by the way, right, is the fact that there is trouble in hell right now. Kolu is missing. Even though a lot of you don't believe he's missing, okay? But he's been away for 8 days. But right back in Nigeria, within all their circle, for those that have been compensated, those ones, they are now kind of have to leave. It's like walking on a banana peel. Because those who are yet to be compensated, even if it is going to be Oyetiton, Minister Oyetiton, it is still very much like a position. They will take it. They say the level they are targeting themselves right now. Spiritual versus physical. Blackmail versus petition. Backbiting, pelubaba, hair biting. It is like a trouble in part, especially those that felt like they deserved to be the first callers, the first person, the first people to benefit. Majority of them are currently now working more or less like saboteurs, sabotaging those ones that have been compensated. So it's like now there's no oneness anywhere. If you work anyhow, you go see anyhow. The situation has gotten to the point that people who are supposed to be family working together for the benefit of Nigerians, Baba won't show money. If it is easier for them to go to the meetings with their own chair, bringing their own chair from their own homes, they will do it. If they have to ask that, let us do the meeting outside. Can I bring my own microphone to the meeting? Can I bring my own cup of tea? Can I bring this or that? That's the situation. But they said majority of them are they are holding on. You know why they are holding on? They don't know where this dragging of Atiku will lead everybody. There is no peace. It be like a person will do money ritual. You do money ritual. You can't see dead people. You know, feel sleep. And they tell you, say, this money where you thief, you must finish them. You must spend and finish every day. Here you are. You are supposed to be happy. You have a lot of money. You know those Nollywood stories, Abi? You do money ritual. And it's because you want peace of mind. That's why you go and do money ritual. You don't kill somebody now. And the money is there. And you are seeing Alijonu, or you are seeing all these spirits. Please don't kill me. Is there a shift in mental? Don't ever say that. Don't ever say that shift is mental. We will just sit down. Sometimes shift go just come out clothes. They run. Say, shift. You know that all those Nollywood stories, yeah? That is exactly what it is like now for thiefnubu. things don't they change to where they didn't plan. It wasn't planned this way. This is not the plan. This whole thing that is playing out right now was never part of the plan. No way. They didn't prepare for this. Even Atiku right now, Atiku can't be like that monkey that is holding the what do you call it? The balls of a lion. So if you squeeze them, it is no longer about whether it's going to still be your president or not. It is the fact that imagine Nigeria president going to anywhere and everybody is kind of being careful. Tinubu Wale, they say, Nigeria president is coming, and everybody, they say, hey, please, pack my laptop, pack my this thing. Let me keep this away, keep my phone away. Say, why? Your Excellency, why do you want to keep your phone away? Say, are you stupid? Don't ask me questions. The Nigeria president is coming in. And make sure that whenever I'm talking to him, please, make sure he doesn't put his hand in my pocket. He's a drug dealer, and I want to be very careful around him, okay? It's okay, sir. Okay, yeah, yes, sir. Nigeria president, how are you? So, how are you, Mr. President? How are you? Say, fine. When did you arrive? I said, no, I didn't arrive. This is my country. I am the prime minister of this place. I said, oh, sorry. I arrived this morning. I am president of Nigeria. Say, oh, you're welcome. We've been expecting you. Please sit down. Sit down, please. How's your journey? So it's great, great, very lovely. When did you arrive? You get dementia, you know that kind of scenario. Sure you get. Thiefnubu no get. He no get any respect anywhere. No amount of publicity, PR. No amount of whatever they spend. And it seems that Atiku is probably not even really interested in whether your court will do this or not. It is to show the world. This guy, Amodaye Kene, Shongolere, Abiogunlere, we don't even know. The one we know that we believe we could trace was the Igbin Iragbiji. He is from Iragbiji in Osun. And his name is Amoda Yekene, Shongolere, Abiogunlere. We don't know this Thiefnubu in any way. But Tifku said, Emma, worry. You go know him. They are now begging Atiku. You know, before they knew that there are criminal courts in Nigeria. There are courts in Nigeria led by criminals. They are all they're going to throw out the evidence away. No wahala. But what is actually going to be coming out from this should answer all questions. And by the time all questions are answered, Thiefnubu no go different from, what do you call it? Pablo Escobar to Los Harvard. Do you understand that? Escobar will go Harvard. It be like drug dealer will go Harvard. And he came out as the bagman. He said he's an accountant. Bagman for drug dealers. That's exactly what you're going to see. So every time you see him appear anywhere, apart from them putting up show, because that's what they are doing for him, they will put up shows where people will be like, it's kind of clapping, laughing, acting, and doing all of that nonsense to make him feel better. Sure, you get, daddy, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm so happy, sir. All those things, to make him feel better. Or anything apart from that, you will never see Thiefnubu anywhere. A minister is fighting for her life right now. The news broke. A lot of things have happened, though. Since that time that Kalu has traveled to America. Now he has gone complete incommunicado. Nobody knows where he is. Except when I said he's in France. And everybody said, oh, he's in France. And now that one said, oh, he's in France. But nobody knows where in France. Oh, maybe why is he in France? Oh, he's charging his battery. He's kiniko. You see, speculation. Then breaking news. It be like say something don't happen to thiefnubu. Hey, people are wishing that thiefnubu will die so that he can come to Nigeria like they were acting for you during Bokwari's time. They'll keep him away. 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months. And then you begin to ask, where's Buhari? Where's Buhari? Where is Buhari? Is Buhari dead? Is he dead? Is he not dead? Oh, breaking news. Buhari is dead. Oh, this and that. Hey, tell us what is going on. APC, Egbekegbe, and the rest of all those their slaves, they will be running about. In Jesus' name. Buhari will not die in Jesus' name. Alabamusa, Alabamusa, Weary. They didn't know that they were acting for them. Then, when Bokwari is now coming to Nigeria, they will now lay red carpet. They will bring the pipe men. Those ones that will wear kilt, the skirt, they wear the kilt of Scottish kilt, those skirts. They will then be blowing the pipe bag, they will now make him look like he's the returning prince or king. And he's actually returning to the shithole, the poverty capital of the world that he has created. Then everybody will now say, you see, God no go let him die. Enemy wanted Bokwari to die. God will never let him die. These are humbled slaves, sophisticated morons. I am talking about the impoverished, oppressed, suppressed Nigerians. They will be thanking God on behalf of somebody who go abroad, go get better medical care, better rest. While the rest of them are scampering, struggling, and dying in the hellhole that he has created. Then they will now turn around. Shame, Mayegun, shame. God is bigger than you, Mayegun. Buhari is alive. Shebi, you wanted Buhari to die, ni? He's alive. As if to say, the living Bokwari and the dead Bokwari, any of them is actually useful to them. Let's even be honest, dead thiefnubu, living thiefnubu, which of them is beneficial to anybody? Lifeless Bokwari that is bearing the title of presidiot, while they are watching the rest of you being killed like a game inside the game reserve. They don't even they kill animals like that inside the game reserve, the way they are killing you. And you are saying, God damn it, man. So they are acting for you again. Because you know what's going to happen? You are going to begin to speculate. Abi thiefnubu ti kuni. Abi thiefnubu ti ni stroke ni. Abi thiefnubu don't get kini. They say no if you walk again, no. They say no if you talk again, no. Then the rest of all these Lagos Abobakus, they will come go mental. Someone pay mental, like serious mental. They are going to go kill your mama. If anything happened to Tinubu, the Igbos don't go stay in this place. We know that the Igbos wanted somebody saying won't be your president. He can't ring himself as president. Do the work of president. You disappear. And he don't disappear now. The work of president, they say he doesn't have to be there. Then suddenly, the Weriarai, the shameless you, who cannot sit down and say, which kind of life be this? Somebody will talk saying go hit the ground running. The way they don't disappear. Everywhere don't scatter. We don't even see them. Instead of you to think about that, you go begin to go shoko. So like I said, don't fall for any of that, okay? They're going to play out. Kolu is somewhere in France right now. Let me tell you this. The only thing thiefnubu learned from Bokwari, which Bokwari has already laid the precedence for, okay? Every person who is president of Nigeria can always go anywhere they wanted and spend every time they want anywhere because Bokwari did it. thiefnubu is going to do it. He's already doing it to all of you. Sure you get. However, the reason why his hands are no longer shaking, Shemeka tell you, him on video, on camera much anymore, I'll tell you. He learned something from Bokwari. Bokwari is that Daura lifeless may God, an hopeless, a redentist, jihadist, a brainless one for that matter, who also happened to be a fanatic, right? The moment all of you brought him back from the dead and you made him your president of Nigeria, it is like bringing somebody from, from the sewage, who have lived in sewage for 30 years. That sewage is not because he had no money or he had no this. It is the sewage of ignorance, especially the one that kind of make him so entitled. He is not ambitious for anything. You all went there to drag him and brought him back. So when you showed him that opulence, 21st century lifestyle, the weary decided to enjoy it to the fullest. He would rather spend out his time in London, hospital, house rest, and the rest of that, while the rest of you are languishing in your shithole, Nigeria. And then you can say whatever you like. It gave no damn about anybody. So what thiefnubu, when thiefnubu started suffering his dementia, his tremor, where his hands are shaking, and his his voice are also shaking, sluggish. So what they did then was that, as a private thiefnubu, who had the money anyway, so he was able to get a proper medical view that can maintain the degenerating. You see me, I don't talk like a scientist now. They say there are some genes that are in us. When we start getting old, some of these gene, what they call them? That's in chromosome. I don't know. Anyway, I want some nonsense. But all of you will be scientists. They say all are something where they are our body, from the brain to everything, the gene, everything. They will begin to degenerate. You begin to lose some of them. And if you have to suffer any serious medical kind of condition like dementia, drug abuse, those things like that, they can be brought forward. And you can begin to suffer that earlier, like memory loss, dementia like that. I don't know all the names, but your hand go to shake, your leg go to shake. All of that, you go to pee yourself sometimes, urinary something, sure you get. Anyway, so thiefnubu, when you get to that stage of your life, what they will do is to manage it for you. There are medication that manages them and slow the degeneration. Sure you get, because you are older, and if you are suffering those things, sometimes within the space of 2-3 years, sometimes 5 years, it will go so bad. But there are medications that can actually slow down the degeneration. You are still going to degenerate, you. Sure you get. That is why this life is even vanity. Okay? You are still going to, that thing is still going to happen to you, that you are still going to become vegetable, useless. So, but with good care, they will slow it, they will manage it, and you can even live longer. So thiefnubu then will go and take his injection. Sometimes he will go for a month. Sometimes he will go for two months. Sometimes 3 months. At times 6 months. He has been running it for a while like that, without a lot of you having to care, because you don't even know, except when he says something, and then we fire him. So when the election was coming, it became obvious, where is thiefnubu? Where is he? What is he doing? So they have to make him available in Nigeria. And it was under more pressure of just traveling alone, campaign this and that. So which means that further exposed his sickness. And you saw a lot on camera. So immediately they managed to declare him and rigged him. And he's sworn in. He didn't want to be like a Bokwari, traveling for medical care. Instead of going to Muhammad, why don't you just bring Muhammad to you? Apologies to the religious, to the fanatic Muslims, so because now something they make your prick hard, yo. My ego don't ever use Muhammad in your narrative. Show you now you go tell me who I go use. Anyway, apologies to you, Sha, because now small thing they make all of una prick. Before you know it now, una go they wank in public, una go they masturbate in public. Well, my egun, wash your mouth. My egun, be careful. I want defender Allah. I want echo mug of Allah. Anyway, apologies, Sha. You know what you mean, eh? You mean apology, yeah, but it has to be on record. I said apology, Sha. So thiefnubu choose not to be going to France in order to further expose his serious ailment. You will never have access to those records because she didn't demand for that of a Bokwari. So bring them to Nigeria. That's what Bokwari should have done. Bring them to Nigeria. Put them inside the Aso Rock. The one where they're supposed injection, where they're supposed to give you in the money, they go give them in the money before the people come out and say, "Good morning, sir. Good morning, Mr. President." So that his words won't be sluggish, his hands won't be shaking, and he won't completely be lost in the room. Like, Bawoni Adija, sir, it's me, Mayegun. Sorry, I thought you are Adija. I thought Adija was sitting down there. Because Adija no yara, she might colony. Eola Adija no katan so sickness in you is a very terrible one, no. And that is why when you get older, you should get some rest. If you live long enough to get to 70 years of your age, Baba, go and rest. You don't know what you have survived. But greed won't let people like him do that. Abi? You go see say one ya na house be this so light day or no, but nobody day house. Na thiefnubu be that. Bring them to Nigeria. So egbani injection laaro. The one where we say, you remember when he was coming back from France and you saw that catcher be killing quick it off in fight in your lara. That's where they take pass blood and drip abi wait till they call them to your body. When thiefnubu came and that one was showing under his armpit, abi, they didn't want that like that to happen anymore. Don't give them too much to pray on, okay, to proud on, okay? Bring them to Nigeria. That is why hand don't they too shake again, no? So don't think like I thought they said this man is sick or they look what you know. They can't agree. Una know they accept. Say you are dumb. They say Nigerians get they say Nigerians are hey, there's something they say. They say Nigerians are smart, but they are not intelligent. I agree, you. No be all Nigerians, so. Nigerians are smart. When you say book smart, if you meet Nigerians so that are really, really smart with a book, like when you look at them, you say, "Oh wow, you are so intelligent." There are no teachers intelligent thinking. That's the other thing. There are no teachers anything like that. You want to think too much. They ask too much questions. It's like devil don't they enter you, Abi. They told you this is it. Just leave it like that. Don't ask too much question. And then you too, to show that you are smart, you begin to also regurgitate that nonsense because you are educated. Let me tell you something. And that's why you see a lot of them that can speak good English, Abi. They can speak so well, but they are not intelligent. Ian, don't they shake again? I thought they said this man is sick. Share that thiefnubu look well to you. That one look like person with the normal. Anyway. It's so simple. Give him his injection in the morning. Give him in the afternoon. Before the camera comes in. Don't put him one-on-one with anybody that will ask him too much question. Don't let him stay with other people to ask him too much question. Any camera that is going to come to this room, please make sure that everybody will come inside this room. Nobody could come ambush us. So we don't want anything to expose him. And then the dumbos are like, his hand is not shaking again. It's like he's pretending during election. A lot there look what you know. And that is why people like hopeless Uzordinjo can tell you it will give you 4,000 visa to go to Europe and not 4,000 jobs in Imo State. But 4,000 jobs in Canada, 4,000 jobs in Europe. The one that majority of you are already selling your properties to get the visa to go to. Abi, selling everything you can sell. And just call, once you finish everything, Canada, yeah. Igbale de makwada de eyan titani. Now you and who? You know they come back again. It be like they swear for you, Abi. I don't sell everything. Canada that the Nigerians, Imolite, and all of these young people all over Nigeria, especially southern Nigeria, are already doing everything they can to get out of Nigeria. Now your politician is now campaigning using Japa as a campaign. Nigeria finally. You want somebody to interpret that for you or to you in Portuguese at English, Abi? Do you need any other textbook definition of a country? Courtesy of these criminals. Democracy. Take a look at the mirror. Check it. Then you see the fool that believes that. Go on, try it. Yeah, go on. Go to your bathroom or grab a mirror. Take a look at that mirror. Exactly. That is the fool that believes that Nigeria or Tita. So we hope that the next thing we are going to hear is, I'm actually kind of a bit surprised that the minister that they said chop poison is still in Nigeria. They never fly him abroad because usually they don't fly him abroad. But they said it's in Abia Hospital right now, where she is fighting for her life. But you trust APC, they will tell you, no, it's not. That is not the story. Then later they will come back and say RIP. Ironio, people will want to take her place. As she did hospital right now, people among them, they can't wait for them to say breaking news. But people like us, Mayegun, are those they said are the enemies of Nigeria. I want Wireo. But let's go a little bit forward. Just a few days ago, it was a fight between Devulumayi and the staff of the Ministry of Works. You know, governors in Nigeria live like emperors. They are like a mini Hitlers in their different states. Okay? They are like the alpha and omega of their different states. If you cross the governor, Baba, you better run. In my own state, Ogun State, where a former credit card fraudster, dubious Dapo, returned to Nigeria, linked up with the corrupted system, made so much money with his own petroleum oil company. The oil company is called Aiding Oil. Those who are into either crude oil smuggling, oil stealing, falsification of a subsidy money. At a point, he was actually among those being investigated to be sent to jail. Dubious Dapo, that's the governor of my own state, okay? When they were investigating subsidy removal, my own, this one that became the governor of my own state, it was one of those that were supposed to be sent to jail, who took money from Nigeria and diverted the oil to neighboring countries. They collected subsidy in Nigeria and they took the oil to different countries. But he got rewarded. Do you understand that? He got rewarded and he became the governor in Ogun State. Then somebody now accused him of, not somebody, a local government chairman in that same state accused him of not remitting or giving them their allocations since 2019, since he became the governor of the state. He has held on to the local government resources. So they now said, putting everything together, this guy has diverted over 70 billion naira for 4 years. A local government chairman making that allegation wrote a petition to the EFCC. Do you know what happened? DSS arrested him. They arrested him, and then they charged him for accusing the governor of diverting money. No investigation about the money. Even me sitting down here, Mayegun, I can give you account step by step of how much money this criminal has stolen from my own state and my own people. But he's above the law. He has been rewarded by the system. If you therefore try to use the system to challenge him, now you go down. This is the life of a state governor in Nigeria, or the life of state governors in Nigeria. Don't cross them. The former, now that local government chairman, they have impeached him. Guess why they impeached him? The councillors from his local government working for the governor, they accused the local government chairman of spending 500,000 naira to host a program, and he did not give them receipts. They said he spent 3.5 million naira to organize Christmas party for children in the local government, and he did not give them receipts. Because of this, he is accusing the state governor of diverting over 70 billion, 3.9 million naira, 4 million naira, and 70 billion naira. Any kind of kind of closeness to them, thank you. If he stole the money, that is, if he stole the money, of course, he has committed a crime, and therefore, he must be removed. But we all know that is actually not the intention. The governor told them to remove him, so they removed him. EFCC didn't investigate the money. The Nigerian government didn't investigate the money. The Algon, there's something called Algon, Association of Local Government or something of Nigeria, Algon. That is the body of the 774 local government areas in Nigeria. They didn't say anything. It got removed. The money is gone. If you go to Ogun State today, you will think, you are just entering Syria when Syria just finished their civil war. That's exactly what Ogun State looks like right now. But the level of poverty conditioning is why I told you, these praise singers you saw with Hopeless Uzordinjo in Imo, the idiot, the old and young born idiot that you saw in Imo, we have them plenty in Ogun State too. For aye poverty on it, my brother. Oh yeah, tadano. Oh yeah, do this. Say yeah, poverty. Missa, poverty. Missa, poverty. May God separate you and poverty. Baba, poverty is mean. It is evil. It demeans you. It reduces your self-esteem. It kills the man in you. It kills the ambition in you. When poverty shocks you, when it holds you, it turns you to a shameless person, an animal, a beast, and finally, a criminal. It is an horrible thing. It is a scourge that when you see those who are actually fueling it, nurturing poverty, they deserve death sentence. Poverty kills. It kills everything, including dreams. Go away, ungrateful man. Somebody made you a local government chairman. In that time, you got to do show. Instead, make you chop your own. Nobody is chopping his own. When you look at all these political jobbers that you call your elected politicians, you need to go and see how miserable the lives of those local government administrators are, especially in Ogun State. Now, for people to hold them, they beat them on the street remain now. Local government chairman, when if he construct drainage in his own local government. Local government chairman that cannot construct 10 kilometers of road within their own local government. Local government chairman, administrators that could not supervise a clean environment in their own local government because they don't get resources to do anything. No thanks to criminals like dubious Dapo. So when we talk about governors, they are emperors above the law. The young man that published the image of dubious Dapo when he was arrested and tried and possibly jailed in Florida in 1985. Dubious Dapo, that young man that published the image, a journalist, a blogger in Ogun State, spent nearly 2 years in Nigerian jail. He wasn't jailed by the courts. He was locked up by the governor. His family, the court said he should be released. They disobeyed that. Until his family members of the public, here and there, started begging the emperor, dubious Dapo. And they took the boy to him to go and say, sorry, sir. I am so sorry, sir, for publishing your mugshot when you went to jail in America. But he's a governor. How dare you publish that? Who are those who send you? You are my enemy. All my political enemies, Abi. You are working for my enemies, Abi. Who told you to go and publish that I went to jail? I was a credit card fraudster. I was a subsidy oil thief. How dare you? I'm sorry, sir. I will never do that again, sir. Forgive me, sir. I am so sorry, sir. It's my enemy. It's your enemy that be. Fuck it, man. Sorry about that. And I think this is the mentality that the likes of Wike took to Abuja. The same one that Devulumayi took to Abuja. And before you know it, they said Devulumayi came to work. And he locked everybody out. I said, hey, you need to be serious. All of you have to be serious this time around. If you are coming, if you still want to work here, you must come to work before me. Ha, chengbo wiri. When I don't do your initial grabby. Okay. Now Gungo Kiyo, Umayi. This will not be a bonyo. Whatever you did in Ebonyi before you got here, may you stay for Ebonyi. Now Gungo Kiyo. They called a shot in front of the ministry. That was day one. See them, shameless people. It is government work. We can arrive at the time whenever we want. Eh? Why is he locking us out? That was the one. Bad behavior. You know, Nigerians are not different from their leaders because their leaders are also the products of that same, they are like the product from that same Nigeria and Nigerians. The following day, now minister come late. Now Umayi came late. They can't lock gate. Say Umayi self, you come late. You no go enter. Another scene too started again, but I'm not going to take you to that one. I'm going to take you to the one when they finally let Umayi enter. I say, listen, Baba, we'll get rule here. This one will be a bonny. And you just came. You need us. We need to work together. We need to, blah, blah, I won't query. Let's go to their ministry, just for the record. No, you know what I mean? And how did that go? This.
In civil service, Honorable Minister, there are laid down principles, there are guidelines in running the civil service. Can you hear me? There are guidelines and principles in running the civil service. No one is a sole administrator. It doesn't happen in civil service. Please calm down. We were surprised for us to come to office this morning and we found out the security personnel told us that you gave instruction for them to lock the gate. Sir, to us, you have actually placed the cart before the horse. Since you came in, have you had any issue with you? No. And you have never deemed it fit to call us as stakeholders to address us if you have challenges. Rather than all this thing, we see your media castigating us as civil servants. It's uncalled for. It's uncalled for. Whether you like it or not, civil servants are the most respected citizens in this country. Without civil service, this country cannot move forward. Sir, you are saddled with responsibility of an administrator to fix Nigerian roads. But sir, it's very unfortunate. You have been here for months now. We want you to swing into action. We have not seen even a kilometer of road being laid. Rather, Father, you kept on going around and castigating us, intimidating us. Sir, we are not like that. And we cannot take that. Sir, you see, what we want is that we are civil servants. You need to respect us in the first place. It is a must that you respect us. It's a must. Now, secondly, you need to carry us along. You cannot do this work alone. And you cannot import workers from outside to do the work for us. It is not possible. So what we want is total respect. What we want to fix this nation. The Mr. President have agenda, a renew hope, and we are here to fix him with his agenda. We want to run with the Mr. President. We want to make sure that this country is a beautiful country for all of us. We want to make sure that Nigeria is a country that we all of us can be proud of it. So what we want you is what? To swing into action, sir. We have told you right from the beginning, from the day you came, that we are going to support you. But sir, how do we support you in this manner? Like I said earlier, you can't place the cat before the horse. You can't get a good result. If you had called us earlier and told us your grievances, then we'll be able to pass it across to our members. And once we pass it, anybody that now default, like I said, there are laid down rules and regulations in civil service. You give query. It's one of them. You don't just come and say, lock the gate. Sir, we are sorry, with due respect, this is not state. This is federal. No. So please, Honorable Minister, like I have said, every staff of this ministry must carry along. We don't want you to bully.
You know something, right? The guy was like, I am ready to lose my job. Because as you are seeing the guy, if he be billionaire, I want criminals. If you see the corruption that this civil servant, I'm sorry, man, I'm sorry, sir. Especially some of you who are civil servants. Don't talk like that. You know what I'm talking about. You know it. It is in Nigeria you will see somebody who is dressing like somebody who is an Okada rider. But they will say he's Keneko in the ministry. And that person where they wear one oversized suit, pretending to be a pastor from Redeem, Abi Deeper Life. You'll be hearing that he has about 20 houses. You see all those choice places where you go. His children, they are schooling abroad. His wife, she's a big woman doing her business, but her husband, he go to wear apron over oversized suit. That guy that is talking there, if he be billionaire or multimillionaire, not from salary, here you get, and there are many like that in the ministry. So governor, come, one day, governor, you need to you don't talk to us like that too. And I bet a lot of you who were listening were like, about now federal, only federal ni. Anyway, Umayi spoke as well, okay? They said, you have been going about everywhere you take camera. Your people are abusing us. Your people they are calling us names on social media. And here you are. You have been here for months. We have not seen a kilometer of road. And you are telling everybody you're going to construct this one. Shebi, I told you. Everything they say to you not lie. If they come pretending that they do something they told you they want to do, no, they are stealing money. They are not going to do it. Now, civil servant they tell and they'll say, 1 kilometer of road we have not seen. Or you're castigating us. Now they talk. Baba, Esa, this is not state. Oh, you are listening to Umayi part. Umayi self get answer. Abi, listen.
Can you listen to me? Let's calm down. You have to hear me. Can you listen and hear me? We needed to get your attention and listen to me. I came here on 22nd of August, and I came with 2 agendas. Number 1 is the welfare of the workers. And are you listening to me? Can you listen to me, please? And number 2 is the discipline
of each and every one of us. Now, on Tuesday, there was going to be a holiday. And to demonstrate the fact that I came with two agendas, your welfare, go and ask people that work with me. Listen, I gave on my own, my money, 15 million naira on Tuesday to share to every worker in this ministry. I even said I'm a worker, and what the cleaner gets should be what I get. He should have told you that I came with agenda. I have had meetings with directors. They're all here. And I told them, there is no worker in this ministry that should be looking for money to pay the school fees of the children. I said that to them. And they are here. Can you listen? Is that the way your workers behave? They say I should talk to them, and they can't listen. Can you listen to me? Not to worry. The taste of the food is in the eating. Is that okay? So don't worry about what I have told you. Now, this morning, since the 22nd of August, I would come to work. I see workers coming to work by 12 o'clock. Listen. By 1 o'clock, I've had to send some of them to the PAM secretary to talk to them. Just a week ago, I called all the directors. I said, without discipline, it's difficult. I come to work and ask for files. Some of the staff are not yet in the office to provide the files. By 3 o'clock, I asked for files. Some workers would have left. So I now spoke to them. I said, can we agree? Because I know the situation in Abuja. Can we agree on the time that workers will come to work and the time that workers can close? And I offer that workers should come to work by 9 o'clock. That's what I offer to them. It's supposed to be transmitted to the workers, I believe. And now, well, that is the meeting. They are here. That's the meeting I had with them. And so, because I can't do without you, and you cannot do without me. So we must have... Okay, you can do without me, no problem. Okay, now, don't worry. Listen, now, if that was not transmitted, today I came to work by 9:30. I had a number of files to transmit because of the budget that is ongoing. We have not submitted our own. And then not up to 5% of the workers were in. I told the human resources, I need to get the attention of the workers. I needed to come and address you at the gate. That was it.
70 years old man.
Somebody said the violence civil service at a violence minister, there is no way their relationship is going to work. And that is a pointer to some of those things that are going on in different ministries under thiefnubu. The ones that make it to the camera are the ones you are currently watching. He was telling them, I cannot do without you. and you cannot do without me. Hey, Agbeni Koshidanu, we don't get too many ministers before you. We can do without you. Even the guy on his side was like, don't say that, don't say that. Please. Obong bobo gokwe. Monkey they carry monkey climb palm tree. Obong bobo gokwe. However, there's about who knows it better. I'll take and use that one, drink my tea. Don't go anywhere.
I don't read social media anymore. They abuse the hell out of me. If I read it, I get high blood pressure. I get angry. I don't read it. So, if I want to hear anything, my children or any of my workers will tell me, this one say this one. If I'm tired, I say, please, forget it.
Forget it. I think he's talking about people like me too. Like, they abuse. We are not abusing you, Kolu. We are actually telling the world who you are and what you represent. Which, if to say our heroes past, if they were actually heroes, somebody like you should never have happened. But here we are. The worst has happened. And talking about the emergence of Kolu and the drama around all of the tribunals, the courts that are looking into all the cases. The drama that happened in Kaduna is even different from all other dramas you have witnessed. We have seen where the tribunal have rejected the position of an institution authorized to issue certificates on a particular service in Nigeria, and they said somebody who never got their certificates. And when they came out and said, we didn't give him the certificates, they said, well, it doesn't matter. The certificate is original, even if it's fake. Okay? We have seen places where the tribunal have given ridiculous judgment, and we have also seen where the tribunal judges had to run away and deliver their judgment through the Zoom. Or through Zoom. You see that one that happened in Kaduna? It is a travesty. Confusion. And right now, those who received the judgment are still explaining. When you meet APC, well, what is that Kaduna judgment? Who is the winner? Of course, now the court said we won. The court declared me winner. When you meet APC, when you meet people destroying people from that same Kaduna, what do you think about that Kaduna judgment? Who won? My brother, na PDP. Because the tribunal thrown out the, what do you call it? The defense of the APC governor, Ubasani. So what is now the final judgment? Baba, I don't know. I'll tell you. It is the ridiculous stage and then, what do you call it? Destructive state that the Nigerian judiciary has come to, by the way. But let me explain something to you. What happened? They have three members of the panel of the judiciary, of the tribunal. So each judge or each member of the tribunal will write their own judgment based on the argument and everything in the case that they actually kind of sat over. Now, what usually happens is this. It is either the three of them or all the members of the tribunal, their judgment will come same way, which means they will rule, rule the same way, which is like throw the case out. Oh, approve the prayers. But in a case whereby the tribunal judges, they have different opinions about the case and they write their judgment based on that, then to now go into voting. So when you have three, it simply means if one writes a judgment that says PDP has no case, and the second one says PDP had case, and Ubasani should be removed, that is tight. So to have a breaker, the third judge, if his own judgment says Ubasani should be left alone, a one, that will now be 2-1 judgment. Here you get. So if the two of them say, if two says PDP proved their case, they won, and the third person says no, they didn't, so it's going to be 2-1. So the judgment will come accordingly. So what happened in Kaduna Judgment Tribunal? I'll tell you, as much as I understand though, two judges who are called members of the tribunal, okay? I use judges for them because they are those who determine the cases. They are not necessarily judges, but one of them is a judge, which is appointed by the Court of Appeal, right? So they said two members wrote that because INEC violated their own electoral act, the same electoral act that Yakubu violated, that is making the obedient and so many other people so angry with what happened in this 2023 charade. Abi, not following their own rules, changing the goalpost in the middle of the game. Two panel members of the tribunal in Kaduna, they agreed with PDP that the result of the election was manipulated. APC lost Kaduna. We all know that, and we know the abracadabra of the last minute anyway, right? They lost so woefully in Kaduna. And the tribunal agreed that the failure of INEC to upload the result on IREF as the law stipulated, their own electoral act stipulated, violated the electoral act, and therefore they should go for a rerun. That was their own position. So the defense that Ubasani put up, that they should throw out all this petition and nonsense. Those two members of the panel, they throw it back at him. Like, that nonsense, the defense, so she don't defend the. What kind of defense is this? Are you mad? You show one. Get off there. Then it was the turn of the lead judge. The one that is the only one. Why the two have already ruled? It was that one, that now ruled that despite all of that, he believes that PDP did not prove their evidence, did not prove any case, and Ubasani is the winner. So where did the confusion come from? The confusion came from the fact that when the first two panel members were reading their judgments, and they read to the point they said, we hereby struck out the defense of Ubasani, who is the defendant in this case, that he did not win the election. Breaking news. Ubasani has been thrown out. Then when another one read the zone and he said, but in another way, they grant the prayers of a PDP that there should be a rerun in some polling units in Kaduna, which they believe that were manipulated. So you see these two prayers, rerun, thrown out, PDP just went to market. They didn't wait for the third guy. So the third guy now came and he started reading his own. And when he read his own, he now said, even though it's 2-1, no, but it doesn't matter. Ubasani has proved that he won. PDP didn't prove anything. Now, on top of this confusion, first, now the lawyer, they say this one are the lawyer who actually was there. Of course, it's APC. He's going to lie to you. I'm sorry. Let's keep the lie on record. And let's kind of hear the other side of the story. Now, I'm going to take you to Ubasani himself here.
What happened today is that the tribunal, if you remember, when in July specifically, we have filed and prayed that the tribunal should dismiss the petition and consider it abandoned. And today, in the ruling of the tribunal, it agrees with our position, and it has said that the PDP and Isa Aishiru have really abandoned their petition as far back as 30th of May 2023. And it has dismissed the petition as being abandoned. But since by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the decision of the higher court, they are mandated after dismissing the petition to look at the petition and see whether there is merit in it. So on that, they found out that on the allegation of rigging of the election, that they talk about violence, ballot box stuffing, and corrupt practices. The court said they have no proof that there is no merit on that. But they said, of course, in its wisdom, majority of them, they said, based on the document from EC4TG that are submitted, there are 22 polling units to which election were cancelled and would they have 16,000 registered voters who have collected their PVC. So the INEC ought not to have made declaration without conducting election in those 22 polling units. So the tribunal say, assuming it has not dismissed the petition, it could have ordered for election in those 22 polling units. So that's what happened. So on the petition has been dismissed, but it has looked at the admission. They say that it has looked at the merit of the petition. They say the tribunal held that it ought to have ordered it had ordered election in 22 polling units before final declaration can be made. But the decision as such now is that the petition has been dismissed.
Not the leading judgment?
No, not leading judgment, just that the decision, because there was ruling and there is judgment. In the ruling, it has been dismissed. So it is, if the Court of Appeal found that the ruling is wrong, now the judgment will come into being.
Nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
Understand what he's saying? He's a lawyer. He's a lawyer to the Kaduna governor. That explanation, listen to me, is a lawyer, B. That explanation he just made now, did it make any sense to you? He said they moved a motion at the tribunal on the 30th of May, telling the tribunal that PDP has abandoned their petition. Now, APC tells tribunal that PDP has abandoned petition, so that they wanted the tribunal to dismiss it since PDP has abandoned petition. PDP didn't say they abandoned petition, though. See this Kaduna lawyer, APC, Egbekegbe lawyer, that he explained for how many minutes there? 150 seconds, 2 minutes, 30 seconds. So what he was telling you was that in May, the APC, they told the tribunal that PDP has abandoned their case. So tribunal dismissed it, John. So tribunal dismissed it since May. But they want to look at the merit of the case. Just to see, after they dismiss it, so the tribunal now felt like, so that they will not look like they are not fair. So that is why they now wanted to look at the merit of the case. So when they now look at the merit of the case, they now discover that, we shouldn't have dismissed the case in May. There's no way they dismiss any case. Tribunal did not dismiss any case in May. Sure you get. But APC said they dismissed it because they told them to. They say, okay, now when the tribunal now said, this case get merit, assuming that we didn't dismiss it in May now, we would have just asked them to do election in 22 polling units. So that, sorry. So is there any judgment now that said they have dismissed the case now? No, there's no need for judgment. They have already done that for us in May. What are you talking about? You don't understand. You are not a lawyer. You will not know what I am saying. That's when they want to confuse you. That is when these Olori Brukus want to make you look like, now you get problem. You don't get problem. It is a shithole country. It is a crime scene. Everybody is playing his parts. Lawyers, police, DSS, pastor, imam, alaji, babalawo, mamalawo, your elder, your junior, your everybody, they play their own role. Everyone is playing his own role in the shithole to make the disorganized concentration camp to still be existing. Can it make any sense to you? Did that make any sense to you? Oh, we didn't know that he would have merit. So is there any judgment then? No. There is no need for judgment. All these ones you are seeing is just you won't understand. You are not a lawyer. It's a law. You see, in section 37, he knows you won't go and read it. He knows you don't know what is section 30, section 3 verse section 3 chapter 3 verse 2. You don't know what it is. He knows you won't go and check. And he'll be telling you, don't understand. It's a different thing in law. It's a different thing in law. You see, in law, right? During Abageddon versus Babangida in 1921, you see, in ethics section versus section kiniko, now there you go and say the law. I don't get them. I understand. Don't worry yourself. Very useless people. Did that make any sense? They set up a tribunal to listen to electoral disputes. Present your evidence, fight over that, and then once you prove your case, the tribunal will rule. But APC is now explaining, wait for the governor. May I play that one for you? The governor explanation. That one go even like, that one go move you to another cloud. Listen to this.
Your Excellency, that this might be upturned at the upper court, seeing that there's an obvious inroad, an obvious technicality here, which is the talk about, well, the court could have ordered a supplementary election. So aren't you concerned that this might be something might topple your case at the upper court?
No, I'm not worried about, because of course when you go to appeal, you have to also set aside the ruling by the tribunal, which I respect the judges, because I believe, like I said, we need to always respect our judiciary. You need to set aside. That's the most important thing. But their judgment is something that have already been proven by the Supreme Court previously. So I don't think it's something I should be worried about.
Right. But still looking at that margin, really, what do you think was responsible? Because some would say the APC had ruled or governed the state for 8 years. So it was expected that at least the APC will get some magnanimity from the people in terms of elections. But coming that close, just over 10,000 votes. So do you see that as a verdict on the kind of governance that APC has given the state for 8 years? What exactly?
I don't think that was the reason, because if you ask me, there were 2 elections. The first one, I think why the PDP believed they can even win the governorship election was simply because, remember, just before my election, I came to the Channel Television and I granted interview with you guys. And at that point, PDP were going around with propaganda that they are going to win a governorship election in Kaduna. But I made it clear to you that the people of Kaduna State are very clever people. They are people that are extremely very knowledgeable about the 2 candidates, myself and Honorable Isa Ashuru. And they know our track record. As a senator, they know what I did. So that was the reason why I defeated the PDP candidate. And again, when you remember the first election, that's the House of Reps and the Senate, probably because we lost some of the seats. And that is one, so we lost momentum at that time. But eventually, like I said before the election, that look, the people of Kaduna State will come out to vote for any candidate based on his track record. I'm sitting here as the governor because the people voted for me based on my track record. That is why. So, and in politics, whether you defeated a candidate with 5,000, 6,000, 100,000, 200,000, it doesn't matter. What is more important is winning an election, and we won the election.
So let's talk about governance. Yes, the coming days, weeks will be interesting at the courts, but there's still...
I mean, that is exactly what everyone now, anyone in his shoes will say. Abi, there's another part where it was like, it's like thiefnubu. I don't listen to social media and all the comments on social media. Maybe PDP can continue to celebrate that they won on social media and all that. That part, yeah.
You're on the program.
Thank you for having me.
The election itself was a very close one. I mean, looking at the numbers, only about 10,000 votes separated you from Mr. Ashiru. So, you're on the program.
Thank you for having me.
Well, you were at that NEC meeting when the court's proceedings were on. I wonder if you were able to concentrate, because it's natural. You may want to keep your mind on what's going on at the tribunal with, all of the important things also going on. So were you able to concentrate at NEC with the judgment going on at the tribunal?
Of course, 100%, because I have no doubt in my mind that the people of Kaduna State gave me popular mandate, and I also have no doubt in my mind that our lawyers who represented us at the tribunal made our case clear. There was never a time PDP proved anything that actually showed that the election was not free and fair. And that was the reason why I was very, very focused on the NEC meeting today, which we actually discussed a lot of things that affects the economy of the country and our own states. And I'm happy when, after the NEC meeting, when I had the news that the tribunal dismissed PDP's application against the election. Of course, I was not surprised because throughout the tribunal sitting, our lawyers were briefing me about what was happening, and as someone who was part of the Electoral Act in this country, don't forget that I was in the National Assembly for 4 years, and I was among the people that actually sat down together and amend the Electoral Act. So I know actually PDP did not have a case. They did not present any witness from any polling unit that actually was able to make any case or prove that the election was not free.
Anyway, let's put that aside. The news that just came in now is that there could have been a plan to kill thiefnubu by his own people today. Even though this is an information that is just coming in right now. So what does that mean? You could have heard the news that the president of Nigeria has been shot down and killed. His airplane or his aircraft has been shot down in Niger Republic. thiefnubu declared war on Niger. And by so doing, he should ordinarily know, and those around him should ordinarily know, that thiefnubu should not be seen anywhere near Niger Republic, not their airspace, and not anywhere near their border. We're just talking about where is thiefnubu, where is thiefnubu. They said thiefnubu has been stuck in Nigeria for the past days or a day or two now. The reason is because those who took him from America to France, which is not far from Africa, by the way. Now, if you are going to fly to Nigeria, there is no way you are going to avoid the airspace of Niger. Now, they said somehow, the military junta in Niger Republic, they got the wind that thiefnubu will be flying over their country in another few hours. So in their own kind of, so they said the Nigerian Air Force, they were asking for permission. Can you imagine that? The country you wanted to go and invade, somehow, you idiots were sending signal to them that your president is going to fly over. You need their permission so that they can fly over your airspace. In response, they told them, if you fly thiefnubu over our airspace, we will shoot you down and with them the consequences. So right now, they are figuring out where and how they are going to fly thiefnubu into Nigeria. It is either they have to go to Qatar, find another route. Instead of them flying from Algeria to Nigeria in a few hours, it may take them another 2-3 days, except there is a diplomatic solution to this. So right now, what I see in that is that while we are here, it be like say some people were already plotting to get thiefnubu killed by themselves. And then they will probably blame it on anyone. Whoever are those who are planning thiefnubu's trip, those who are in security, those who are flying him, I mean, their incompetence, either intentionally or unintentionally. You could have heard the breaking news, so say they don't kill thiefnubu for Niger. That is the breaking news. Let's go a little bit forward. Mind you, I have something for you. Since I just mentioned Niger, Professor Lumumba had this to say about the criminals ruining Africa. Sit tight, greedy, selfish, corrupt criminals that don't care about the future of their own people. Here, a brief one.
I've said this before. No matter how good a dancer you are, you must know when to leave the stage. There are too many dancers in Africa who think I'm the only dancer in town. And until God calls me, I'm not leaving the stage. Such dancers will be removed by men. And that is how I explained the coup d'etats that are coming here. In 1964, talking about the military interventions in civilian government, this is what Kwame Nkrumah said. The military have no business interfering with civilian governments. But if civilian governments misbehave, it may become necessary for a short period to disrupt their agenda so that they can midwife a new dispensation. It is in this context that we must understand the military interventions. But remember that true democracy requires and demands the eternal vigilance of the people, because Africa has also seen a situation where military leaders remove their uniform and adorn suits, and lo and behold, like Paul and Saul, they become civilians themselves. And therefore, it is important, even as we celebrate these military coups, to remind ourselves that they are merely midwives. And midwives are neither the father, nor the mother, nor the child. Their duty is to ensure that all the three are happy. And we, the population, must be eternally vigilant. And that is why, therefore, when we talk about democracy, we must ask ourselves, what are we doing wrong? And we must also ask the question, are coup d'etats only mounted by men and women in uniform? No. I've seen coups mounted by judiciaries in Africa. I've seen coups being mounted by the political class in Africa. When people engage in sophistry in interpreting constitution, those are also coup d'etats. And I would want us, therefore, as we talk about strengthening democracy, we must also talk about strengthening institutions. Whether it is in Kenya, whether it is in Zimbabwe, whether it is in Nigeria, whether it is in Ghana, we must have a culture of respecting institutions. Sometimes in Africa, we behave as if institutions work on their own motion. No. Institutions are as strong as the men and women who occupy them. If you have wrong men and wrong women in office, no matter how strong the institution you claim to be strong, it will not perform, because the history of nature is one: garbage in, garbage out. And if that is the case, therefore, we who are gathered here and talking about governance, this is serious business. What we are talking about here is serious business. I want you to look at Africa now with me. In Sudan, in Khartoum, because of bad governance and absence of democracy, no schooling going on in Khartoum. If you are a university professor, no university to lecture at. There is no agriculture going on there. There are no health services going on there in Khartoum. The things that they built, they are destroying. It will take generations to rebuild Sudan. we are talking about development. In the health sector, all the children that ought to have been vaccinated will not be vaccinated, which means that all the disease that we had conquered will come back again, so that the health burden will be that heavy. No food is being planted, so that we'll once again be importing rice and wheat from Ukraine, which is at war. Look at the Sahel now. Mali is de facto divided into two, no agriculture going on. So that you will be importing chicken from Brazil, chicken. No agriculture. I'm talking about development, brothers and sisters. If you are sick because there is no research going on in our universities, no research. We receive medicine from India, from China, and we take the medicine by faith because we do not know what they contain. Our bureaus of standardization have no standards for these things. And if you doubt me, only recently we had syrup imported from India. How many children did it kill in the Gambia? We have no standardization. So we are talking about serious business in Africa. Go to the Democratic Republic of Congo, the eastern part of it, over 120 armed groups. The busiest airspace in the continent of Africa. The rest of the world is taking our resources. There is a new scramble for Africa. Today, Africa is a theater for other worlds. If the British have gone and they have not gone, if the French have gone and they have not gone, if the Portuguese have gone and they have not gone, if the Belgians have gone and they have not gone, Chinese are also here.
Wala ma jẹ breakfast àsìkò tó ní kálukú máa jẹ tiẹ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni summa billah.
Thank you. And on that note, I am going. I was going to call it tonight, but I'm also thinking, should I take calls? But I shouldn't be saying that. I should just make up my mind, okay? But I will stay and then take a few calls. Okay, you can add yours. The number is on your screen. Okay, you can add yours, add your views and all of that. But I am gonna go make myself a fresh cup of tea. Now, when I get back, right? Of course, I'll take calls. Okay, thanks a lot. And if you are still here, by the way, before you start dropping out and you're dropping off, right? You can still like the broadcast, like it, show that you are here before you leave. All right. and I will be back soon.
Oshoni, Ajeni, Elebologun ni, Amaniseni ni, Afaimaniseni ni, wọ́n á fi yín sílẹ̀. Oshoni.
He don't pass, last. Everybody go shop breakfast.
Dr. Agbede, sir. Hello.
Happy Friday, Mr. Mayegu.
Same to you. Thank God it's Friday. You long TIF. No, sorry, TGF.
Oh, God. Yes. Okay. Let me. Yes, well, I'm doing great. Excellent. Yeah. Happy Friday once again.
Yes, sir.
Concerning David Undeyin, please, Mayegu, let him get in contact with me immediately. All other things are classified. We should not let him suffer. We should not let him suffer. So that's one for David Undeyin. Now, meanwhile, the Fulani man that is going to take over from Bola Ahmed Tinubu's presidency after Tinubu's presidency, that is the person in line among their inner circle, untouchable mafia group. That Fulani man is already planning ahead how he's going to rule and deal ruthlessly with the Nigerian populace.
Yeah.
So that's the example for today.
That's what you want to leave us with. Dr. Agbede, thank you so much, sir, for always. So, if anything happened to thiefnubu, the Agbakuku with the wiki of Rivers, Baba don't position himself for share you get. Hello there. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. And this is Mayegun, by the way.
Okay. Well done, sir.
Thank you.
I am a first caller.
A first-time caller. Okay. We have a ritual here.
Yes,
and we always kind of have to do that. And your name,
Thank you, sir. My name is George. I'm calling from Houston, Texas.
Sir George. You're welcome, by the way. Sure. Go on.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. The contribution I want to make, I want to thank you, first of all, for what you're doing. I've been trying to reach you for like more than a year now, but it hasn't been possible.
I am so
But
sorry.
I thank God I'm able to get to you today.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayegu,
sir,
you are doing very wonderful.
Thank you.
Please keep the good job going. You are doing well. Some time ago, I was listening to you and you said a lot. And what I want to say now is most importantly about NADECO.
Please.
NADECO happens to be a classmate of mine, and we are from the same kindred.
Wow.
when we were growing up, Nnamdi Kanu wasn't as frustrated as he is today. But they say that crayfish, na condition they make crayfish bend.
And so.
And another thing is, I remember that Python dance thing. People didn't understand actually what happened. Because from my village to that of Nnamdi Kanu is like maybe 20 or 25 minutes walk.
Oh.
It's not far. On that very day, they are saying 28 people were killed. No. The bush part from my village to the village, some people ran into that bush part with bullet shot wound. A lot of people, a lot of dead bodies were seen for that bush. But that's not the issue now. What I want to say is, sir, you are doing well. I have given up hope about Nigeria and everything that has to do with Nigeria. But anytime I listen to you, it's like you are bringing back hope to me. And I want you to encourage some of our Yoruba brothers and sisters. They think that this thing now Igbo war. No. They don't know that Yorubas are at war as well.
All of us.
All of us. All of us. Because what is happening in Nigeria is like a joke. And some people don't even understand that it's not going to end anytime soon.
No.
Now, let's look at the case of Nnamdi Kanu. He's in there now. Sunday Igboho is out there.
Yes.
What is their crime?
They did nothing wrong.
Don't kill my people. Let my people go. Is that not why Sunday Igboho is, Sunday Igboho is out there?
Absolutely.
Is that not why Nnamdi Kanu is there? Okay, this Tinubu or whatever he calls himself. I remember sometimes I watched your program. You showed some, I don't know that the name of that community either in Osho or Ondo that has been driven away by the Fulanis.
They were from Yewa part of Ogun State. They've been there for over 2 years now, displaced from their land.
Good. Nobody has ever said anything. Tinubu has never said anything about it.
My own state governor from Ogun State, if he enter his car from Abeokuta to the place, the camps that these people are living as refugees in Benin Republic, it won't take him more than maybe 3-4 hours. It will be right there. If he takes a shopper from his Abeokuta to that place, it will be less than 35 minutes. He's never been there and he doesn't care. So yeah, nobody cares.
Nobody cares. The Tinubu was quick enough to go to all war when they massacred those people at the church and gave them 50 million naira, if I'm not mistaken, because
he wanted to give them. I don't know if he gave it to them.
I don't know. I'm not interested in all those their nonsense. But to me, it's nonsense. Now, some time ago, I watched your program too again when what's the name of that terrorist man that visited Sunday Igboho's community or whatever.
Oh, those ones from I remember. Yeah, we had Go on.
Something like that. Now, nobody said anything about that.
No.
All they care about is they want to this, they want that. Anyway, all I want to say tonight, I don't know the time there, is to thank you for what you're doing, my brother.
You are so right, Sir George.
Please do not give up.
No.
Do not.
And people like you are the reason why I can't even stop. Because the question I ask myself is this: what would I be doing if I actually stop? What would I be doing? What would I say I'm now doing that will actually be better than this eye-opening platform? Because it's not just for you. I am also, we are all learning here. I have learned so much from a lot of people for just having this platform. So there's no point in stopping. It's even too late
Please.
to think it.
No, please. What you are doing today is the only thing that has given. Listen, I went to Nigeria. I came back in July.
Right.
For the first time, I know that things are hard. For the first time, there is dustbin or whatever they call it down there close to my house. Anytime I'm driving out in the morning, I see people scrambling, fighting. I don't know what they are looking for. Sometimes I'll stop my car and I'll be like,
God damn it.
Has it got into this?
It has.
And when you say talk, they will say they are scavengers. That's rubbish English. I don't know what they call
call them scavengers. You're right.
That is nonsense, my brother. The thing is that they are hungry.
You know? And it's actually a job for them that they will say, oh, Bola boys. They call some Bola. You know, it's long story. But until everybody knows how this affects them directly, right? And see how to fight it back, right? Well, we never really stop talking. Because we shouldn't. We can't. Sir George.
Please, my brother.
Thank you. Right.
My God will be with you.
Amen.
Keep doing what you are doing. Amen. That's all I have to say.
Thank you so much for the support as well. You stay safe, sir, okay? And have a good one. That is Sir George. There. I have another caller on the line here. Hello.
My good baba.
Sir.
Good. My name is Austin.
Austin, sir. How you doing, baba?
I'm okay.
It's good to hear from you tonight, by the way. Yeah, sure, please.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you. I'm really happy also to call again this evening to get you because to get you it's not really easy, you know.
It can be.
So,
it's a struggle.
You know, you have been my, you have been my ritual now. Even though I'm working, as I'm telling you, now I'm working, but I have to be talking. Try to listen to you because each time I listen to you, I feel like I'm okay. Even though I don't believe in Nigeria, even though I don't believe in one Nigeria, I don't believe in anything about Nigeria. But that's a mistake.
You know something when people say that, the right word I want people to use instead of saying now I don't believe in Nigeria, but now you make me kind of have a different. What the right word we should be using is that Mayegun, you have now helped me to understand Nigeria. Because what we have done is that, you know, as Yorubas, we have our own kind of description of Nigeria because it means different things to Yorubas. What Nigeria means to an Igbo is different from what Nigeria means to an Yoruba. What Nigeria means to a Yoruba is different from what Nigeria means to a Fulani Hausa. Now, even when you now say Fulani Hausa, even at that, right, is you still get to a stage whereby you say what Nigeria means to a Christian is different to what Nigeria means to a Muslim. On Mayegun's diary political, you understand what Nigeria means to you. And there's no way you understand. You won't reject Nigeria. Austin.
Exactly.
Please.
So exactly. Because you know, when I saw what Uzordinjo was saying and saw a lot of people cheering him up, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised. Let me be honest to you. Like my brother said now, the last caller now is from my state. He's from Abia State. I think he's from the same Ibek. Because I'm also from Ibek. Like Nnamdi Kanu is from also Ibek. Nnamdi from Nnamdi Kanu's house to my place with my car is less than 10 minutes. Right. So we are the same. So we are so close. So even when the Python dance is talking about happened, I was in Nigeria when it happened. So I know there is nothing left from my eyes. I know how it happens. Wow. So what I'm trying to say is that the same people that Python dance in their presence, they will be the same that will cheer these criminal people up. That's why I don't pity them anymore. Let me be honest with you. In my village, I try to tell my village people and say, if you tell me one good thing about Nigeria, anyone, I put it like a debate, anyone that can tell me one good thing about Nigeria, 200,000. This is more than 3 years now. No one can tell me. Up to now, nobody can tell me what is good about Nigeria. Yeah, so nothing good about Nigeria. And I don't see why people, the young ones, after schooling, you stay more than 10 years, no job. In southeastern zone is the worst.
I mean,
if not that we are hustlers,
checking the statistics say, Baba, it breaks my heart.
It's worse.
These guys they have destroyed lives. and they don't even care.
It's worse. It's worse. Do you know that the past governor before Ibadan, was from my community. We are the same. And what did we benefit from him? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. He only packed money with his boy, with his guys, and that's the only thing they do.
He was planning to be governor before everything just changed overnight for them.
Exactly. So that is how they are. But you will see people queue behind them. The graduates that graduated for over 10 years, no work, no job, nothing. They will go behind them. And I can't even imagine it. Like what you said today, that people say that Nigerians are smart, but they are not intelligent. That's the truth.
It is.
Most of Nigerians are smart, but they are not intelligent.
No.
That's the truth. Whether we want to accept it or not, that's the truth. When it comes to politics, our IQ is so much low in terms of politics.
We can't be bothered thinking deep.
Yeah.
Thinking intelligently. You know,
we don't know.
Baba, thinking is a job. It's not easy. And as a Nigerian, nobody
it's
they
a
don't
very
want
good
to
job.
do it.
Yeah.
So when you see few who are doing it,
no.
You go no say no easy.
Yeah. Nigeria is not for each and every one of us. And I find it difficult to why most Nigeria defend Nigeria. You are defending something that you did not create. We are defending ignorance. Well, I'm sorry for me to digress a little bit. One of the parliamentarians said yesterday that the Igbos should go and start from Kogi State, from dredging. And when he said that, I felt so much bad. So an Igbo man will take an allocation that came from Igbo land to go and dredge Kogi State. And tomorrow you will tell them they keep on investing in another man's land. They don't invest in their own land. I don't know how we reason sometimes. I don't know how we reason. So if Nigeria have happened to Igbo so many times that we have to learn our lessons. But when we try to learn our lessons, other Vuvuzuelas wake up and tell us, yeah, we are one, nothing makes us big, nothing makes us great when we are big, when we are together. We can't be together. We are not compatible. We can't.
Not under this arrangement.
We can't. We are not
be a different one if that's going to even happen. But for this one, let's not be deceiving ourselves.
However you try to make it, let it be. We hate ourselves so much.
That's right.
We hate ourselves so much. We hate ourselves. How can you come in an election? You tell somebody you don't vote. If you're not going to vote for APC, you don't vote. If you vote, we are going to do this to you. We are going to do that to you. And the same Nigeria, you want that person to be under you. You want that person for you to rule that person. And when he said no, you threaten him. You destroy his goods. Whenever there is problem in Afghanistan, against the Muslims, who bear the cops? Who bear the brunt?
The Igbos are the Muslim targets as well, but they said, well, it's mostly Christians too.
Yeah, they attack us in Kaduna. The woman they beheaded in Abuja, who is her? Is it not an Imo State woman? Because she was preaching. The person Sanusi, they killed during Abacha, is it not an Igbo guy? How do you want us to start counting all these things? Nigeria started killing Igbos since 1945, not today. Since 1945. That's the reason why I felt so much bad when my Igbo people left Igbo land to go and invest another place. If they want to call me a bigotry, let it be. If they want to call me a tribalistic, let it be. But I cannot be investing in a place whereby tomorrow, if there is any argument, you destroy my goods, you kill me. Yeah, exactly. Then you want me to keep on repeating the same thing. That is nonsense. That is arrant nonsense. So look at what they are doing in Imo State.
Take me attitude I spoke of, right? Where it seems that only Igbos would have to prove something before they will be accepted as Nigerians. I'm a Yoruba man. I don't need to prove anything.
Exactly.
You know that. I don't need to prove anything to anybody. If I see a Fulani man, anything now, politically we go drag and like that, right? And if I really want to have my way, I can go and prostrate for them. But as a Yoruba man, I will still be treated with a little bit of, you know what, you're a Yoruba, come. But an Igbo man, even if he's better than me, he stands no chance. He has no chance.
Never. Do you want to tell me, even though that Devil Man is a useless man, even though I don't like him, do you want to tell me that Devil Man is a man that from northern side, from Hausa or Fulani, that will be speaking and those guys will be doing?
No, it won't happen.
So the issue is that the Igbos the elite in Igbo land doesn't know what they want. They don't know. They are very, very useless. And I like when Nigeria deal with them. I want it when Nigeria deal with them. So to be candid enough, I have nothing to tell them just to tell you, particularly for the good work you have been doing. I appreciate you so much. I keep on saying you thank you. Thank you so much, my guy. Thank you. You are doing great.
God bless you, Baba. You take it easy, okay? You see, I have a caller, and it seems that my caller is calling from Nigeria, but I'm not sure. Hello there. Can you hear me?
My good general.
Yes, sir.
I greet you, my good. This is Osita from Nigeria.
Sorry, you say that again. I missed that. Your name?
Yes, Osita from Nigeria. Yes.
Osita.
Yes, my good. You see, I am so happy this evening that I'm listening to you.
It is great to hear from you. So I've got another Osita here. You will need to move away from that broadcast, okay? Or you mute it.
Yes, sir.
If not,
yes,
we'll go ourselves. So, Baba.
You're hearing me now.
Yes, I can hear you now. Yes, you can hear me too. Yeah,
my brother. Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Beautiful, sir. Please.
Yeah. So you see what you said this evening gladdens my heart about Dave Omai. Why it gladdens my heart is because I have come to realize that somehow, the anger in Nigeria of what they are going through has beginning to play out.
I think so too.
Yes, it has beginning to play out because I think this should be the first in history that workers has to speak to a minister face to face, telling him where his power stops, what he can do or what he cannot do.
I have never seen anything like that.
It has never happened in the history of Nigeria.
No.
So I think that this will be a sign to the minister to know that Nigerians are very angry. They are not happy. Nobody is happy. You're not here in Nigeria. As I talk to you now, when you walk around this country, you see that nobody is smiling.
You know,
everybody
Osita, you know what somebody told me? Yeah, you know what somebody told me? They said if you leave Nigeria, one of the first culture shock you're going to suffer from, like something that will shock you as a Nigerian who has never left Nigeria, is that you realize that people are just kind of nice outside Nigeria. Like everybody is ready, but in Nigeria, even when you want to ask for streets, first you go just be like, bros, please no vex so. Please no vex so.
My brother,
I beg, how can I get to? We are always angry.
My brother,
sir.
The reality is that we are all drowning. So everybody just struggling. And you know the face of a man. If you have seen a man that is drowning, the face and the eagerness to survive is what you see. That is why you see a lot of ritual killing. That is why you see a lot of things happening. People are fighting, doing a lot of things in the quest to get money and survive just for their lives to be saved or something. Yeah, my brother, I don't really know. But I want to thank God for people like you who are preaching, opening our eyes. Because with this opening of eyes now, I want to believe that people are coming to their real senses.
I believe so.
And very soon they will begin to resist. And when we have imbibed this spirit of resistance, that is when the real revolution we are looking for will come here. It will come because by that time we will no longer be afraid of death. And we will no longer begin to think of what we are leaving behind or whatsoever, because a man that is drowning has nothing to lose if he fights to survive. You understand? So thank you so much for all the information. In fact, you have made me to stop listening to our Nigerian news. I have made you where I get the authentic information, because everything we get here is just like what will I call it?
It is to condition your brain and condition you to begin to believe on nothing that doesn't exist. And you know.
So thank you so much. Just keep your good work. Keep your good work.
And thank you so much as well for those kind words too. Okay,
right,
stay safe, sir. So that is I have Osita from Nigeria now. I have Osita in US. I also have an Osita. I think one other Osita here in the UK, but he's not a regular, and I can tell it's a battle to get through anyway. But God bless that caller. He actually called me directly. He didn't want anybody to interrupt what he had to say. He didn't use the WhatsApp direct to Mayegun. I love that. Now, if you're still watching me, I implore you to leave the comment section for a second, okay? If you haven't really liked the broadcast, like the broadcast, share it. All right. The last 5 days or 4 days or so, I've seen us got to 87,000 subscribers on YouTube. And last 4 days, I have we have a new, we have over 500 new members of the platform on YouTube. A lot of them are watching right now and they are subscribing for the first time just this last week. Okay. So you need to always show that you are here. Like the broadcast, share it. You will be, by so doing, you are likely recruiting more people into the ministry. As you dream it, more people should hear about this. They won't if you don't share it. They won't if you don't engage with it. But they will, as much as you continue to kind of, So thank you so much to all of us who have been who have been instrumental to the growing of this temple of truth. It's not going anywhere. We are not going anywhere. I'll take this. I have a caller, which looks like my caller is calling me from France with the postcode, I think, right? I said postcode, the prefix. But can you hear me, by the way? Hello? Sound like when you have a Dongada in, right? And he's one that kind of feel. Hello there, can you hear me? No? Oh, I'm so sorry. So I'm just going to have to take another one. This caller seems to be somebody who has done so much to join this, but they couldn't somehow. Hello.
Hey. How are you, Mayego?
Hello, ma. How are you?
I'm fine. Well, this is Bimbo calling from Texas.
Our Lady Bimbo from Texas, ma'am. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Brilliant. It's a shame we're not going to be seeing you soon.
I know. I blew the chance. It was my fault. Okay, I kind of didn't take it serious. I should have, but I promise. Right, I'll be kind of coming sooner than some of you would imagine. Okay, I just want this year to kind of pack up and then we'll have a lot of meetings in the US. Thank you, ma.
All right. Yeah, you're welcome. Yes, I actually have a couple of issues. One of them is, I know a few days ago, some callers were asking about, so what is the solution? It's all talk.
I know.
And my problem with us Nigerians is, we want a solution as long as that solution is not going to cost us anything except money. We want to throw money at everything.
Every problem.
So who is supposed to do the dirty work? Because the solution that our problem requires, will need for us to actually get involved and, go and demand and everything else. And we're not doing that, So we're supposed to do it. We have those who have attempted.
Yes.
And they've sacrificed a whole lot. Look at Shure. He has this revolutionary group. I'm not sure people are even joining that group at all. It's an action group. Why won't you join it? This guy has taken the bullet for the struggle of Nigeria. He's right now grounded in Nigeria. He cannot even go outside the country because of the same problem.
That's right.
But where are the people? Where are the people that they support? That this
and a lot of people still spend so much of their time and energy to castigate him for
absolutely.
The obvious reasons that a lot of people have.
Yeah. Even after these politicians have shown them shaggy, you still don't see people joining these revolutionary groups and saying, okay, we need to mobilize, we need to go out there, agitate, and get everything, that we need, because these people are not going to give up their power. They're not going. You have to take it. They're not going to give it to you. You know, you're going through courts and you will find them there. They're everywhere. Yeah. Look, David is out there now. You know, his freedom is shaky, even where he is. You know, you don't see Nigerians getting up to even like warn the government that look here, we have.
If you do,
don't touch
problem,
this guy.
You know?
Yeah, you must not repeat this Nnamdi Kanu situation. If you bring that guy back to this country, we will blow this country up. You know, so there's no force like that.
I know. You know something, ma'am. You know something. When we acknowledge these lapses too, right? We shouldn't completely sort of blame the people. You know my own position when it comes to all of these guys, as in, because I understand for every position they have taken or every angle they are approaching things, I could see it from their own perspective, right? However, on the other hand, right, utterances from these other camps, which is like utterances from all the camps to themselves, are indeed not even helping on so many occasions, right? Showore, who realizes that disobedient too, just like himself, right? They see Peter Obi as somebody who happened to be an inspiration for them, that make them do what they have done and what they are still doing, right? Omoyele Showore, who has a ardent, die-hard, loyal supporters too. Now they might not they might not pronounce that massive followership like the obedient, right? But however, when Showore shoots fire at, for example, at Obi, the obedient feels like that's needless. We're supposed to be facing these people together. So this has made it so difficult over time, right, to build that bridge. I just want us to also know that, okay, because it exists, right? While you are here, you know what I mean? Like, go on, man.
But actually, I'm using that as an example. I'm not actually saying that. Okay, but that is the kind of action movement that we need in Nigeria.
Imagine if Showore, David, and then the obedient and the rest of them, for example, right? Imagine we all have a common ground, the Biafrans, the IPOB as well, the Yoruba nation, and we all agree that we need to face a common enemy first, and everybody can always get whatever they want after that. Imagine if all of them can speak in that language, right? And one person will not speak tomorrow to upset the other camp. Imagine that power. Imagine what that can do. I've imagined it many times, my dear sister, ma'am. I have.
And we have these die-hard people that can be in front, but when they are looking in the back, they should see the masses behind them. That is the only time that you can get something done. Because if you go and study all agitations that have brought about reforms, people will die, people will lose their lives, people will get hurt in the process. The civil rights movement in America
when they get what they are fighting for, then it will be all worth it.
We are benefiting from the civil rights movement now.
That's right.
But a lot of people died for that cause.
That's right.
If you go and read about the apartheid in South Africa, a lot of us South Africans died for that cause.
Absolutely.
It's not just going to happen like that, But Nigerians, as long as they're not going to cost them anything other than money, if it has to cost them their, livelihood or freedom, they're going to step back. But they want somebody to go and champion it. We have this Messiah syndrome, somebody's just going to come and magically fix everything.
I know.
And which also brings me to this Mohbad case. This boy, right now, the boy, I don't think he has any legal representation. The people I'm seeing talking for this cause are the celebrity activists. The police, nobody is demanding so that the police also should be investigated. Because this boy actually put in a petition and they didn't do anything about it. Shouldn't you be asking that they need to uncover those officers, and those officers also should be prosecuted
for negligence?
Because if the if the police had acted in real time, possibly that boy would still be alive now.
They would have prevented the death. You are right.
They would have prevented it. Because now they want autopsy. They were waiting for autopsy results. What do you think that autopsy is going to tell you?
Oh, do you want me to shock you, ma'am? Do you want me to shock you, right?
Oh,
that Sam Larry has returned back to Nigeria. Do you understand? After they have already, they've kind of probably like told him how it's going to be, right? So the guy returned back to Nigeria and he released a statement. In that statement, he said he came back himself. He didn't kill him. The reason why he's been harassing him, right? That he's not even been harassing him. They only did it once was because he paid him 2 million naira to come and perform at his mother's burial concerts. You understand that he paid him and Mohbad didn't show up. So he now wanted his money back. Then he now realized that Mohbad,
and that's why he was harassing.
He was going to leave the Malian record. So he now heard that Mohbad was shooting a video in a street next to his house. That was the video they saw him when he came with a cane. When Mohbad and Zlatan, they are shooting a musical video. You know, I don't know if you have seen that, right? So he put that in his statement, okay, that he's not been in Nigeria since August. That he left Nigeria last year to go and look for a new artist. A new artist that is going to perform at his mother's concert. So, therefore, he wasn't in the country. Naira Marley wasn't in the country. But guess what? There are videos of how they broke their hands, how they came bloody, how himself. There's so many horrible things there.
There's videos, absolutely. The police, but the problem here is the police.
Yes.
Mayego, can you imagine? Just superimpose this Mohbad situation into the UK system. What do you think is going to happen right now? Because I know what is going to happen if this happened in America.
You know, like every evening, you know what will happen at first? Every evening, they must come and brief us what they did that day. Since the day he died, they will be briefing us until the day they have suspect in custody, and they're going to charge them before they even bury him.
Even the police department will be scrutinized. Seriously. Like they will shake them down big time. You know, anytime there's the police here, even though as professional as they are, at least a million times more professional than the Nigerian police. Absolutely. Okay, whenever their interaction with the public goes out, the way the American people will hold the police. You will be surprised. Like they want to know what the police did, you know, and it will always result in reform of that department. There must be some kind of reform, you know. Now you don't know. They're not talking about that. No. When they were supposed to act and get into this problem and make sure that the harassment stop, or find out what is going on with this boy. Now you are looking for who killed him. Nobody killed this guy. It's a cumulative effect of what he has been going through over the years.
That's right.
I'm sure the autopsy I can bet my money on the result of that autopsy. That is going to now tell us that boy died of cardiac arrest due to substance overdose.
It's already scripted.
It is already the boy already established. Yes, the boy established that he was using substance anyway. And you know that when people that are addicted to substance, when they get trapped and they are afraid and they don't have a way of going out, they are going to do more and more of those substances.
Well,
but
over time, something there, ma'am, right, is that the narrative of him using drug or is hooked to drug was actually part of the orchestrated public stunt to destroy him when he was leaving them. Do you understand? And he kind of, I'm not saying he's not using, because at least they are out there, like, you know what I mean? Like,
but the boy himself said it. I think he said it in... He said it in one of his songs that
right? Because of drug was that of Naira Marley. It destroyed the guy.
Yeah. Yes, but but the Nigerian public should be demanding accountability of their police. we changing this system we have to change it institution by institution, department by department. Whenever it brings out its ugly head, you have to address it. You don't let it slide.
Right.
You know, the police that is culpable in this case, they are the one doing all the investigation. The victim,
police.
did not even have any legal representation to look into what the police is doing. You know, it's just a mess. And then we have all these investigators all over. Everybody is the one fishing out who killed him, what killed him.
It is a show that is already scripted. It's going to get a lot of people more angry. Yeah? But I can tell the end of the whole thing. But, this Mohbad case, it's not like a political convo. If not because we know the political connection to it. That's why I can't sit down here and just say, I will tell you the end of this whole thing. And I'll tell you in a way that it's going to be so annoying. And instead of him getting justice, it's going to get more kind of disturbing, embarrassing, disappointment, so to say, than what they have done so far. It's going to be so man. Anyway, thank you so much.
They're going to make. Absolutely. They're going to make the boys look so bad, and probably they just want to find one scapegoat to just make you the public happy.
Let's make you
and all that.
Throw that person under the bus.
I don't know why the Nigerian public is so trusting of their police. Ignorance. Nigerian police is nothing. It's nothing more than government-approved criminal syndicate. Well, please. Thank you, Maegu.
Thank you, ma'am. And thanks so much for all of that, too, okay? You should have a good one over there, all right?
You too.
Yeah. So that's our Lady Bimbo. Now, it is so kind of unfortunate. Let us all admit, okay? I wish that I strongly wish that the young man is going to get justice. Not because that's going to bring him back alive, but at least it probably will prevent another young man dying under that similar circumstance or circumstances. I can tell you that I can see the whole script already written. And the fact that, and I think I said that from the moment that happened, I said, the fact that they were not caught to be physically killing him, it is the police that is going to draft the case. Okay? They are the ones that are now claiming to be investigating. They are going to write the case. They told the guy to return to Nigeria. So Naira Marley is also going to return to Nigeria. So the guy said, I gave him money. Hello? If you want to hire anybody who is under a record label, are you going to pay them directly? Let us be honest. Yeah? Somebody that is signed under Davido. So if they want to hire them for show, so they will just call them, hello, Banky. Well, can you come to Abuja this Friday? I want to take you to a show. Is that how it works? You know that is not how it works. So if Sam Larry, Eletu, if he paid Mohbad to come and perform, he said he paid him 2 million. Mohbad didn't come and perform because he was about to leave Naira Marley. Later you are hearing that he's leaving Naira Marley. And he was asking for his money. So the person that the young man, Sam Larry should have asked for his money from, should have been from the Naira Marley, have been a Malian record. Another part is this. When you are under anybody's record label, for example, it's like somebody who calls you father. Okonkwo. How many of you read that Things Fall Apart, Abi? It was in Things Fall Apart now. Emenike and Okonkwo. And they said, that child called you father. Do not have hand in his death. Oh, if you are not a English literature student, you will never know what I'm talking about. It doesn't even matter if you are somebody who read a lot. You would have come across the Things Fall Apart, Abi? No, Things Fall Apart. Anyway, Sha, he said, don't have a hand in his death. He calls you father. Those who were signed under Naira Marley, they saw him as father, mentor, and he was supposed to protect all of them. It is not by gaslighting them. It is not by trying to, because they have done something wrong. Like he's currently saying that, families fight. It's okay. Yeah, there's always fight. You can fight within your family, but you can never set up your family for dragging, for bullying, and even for death. But all of the record of Naira Marley's action towards the young boy, the young man rather, was pretty much like a bullish. It thrown him to the wolves, to the people like Sam Larry, to be threatening him with cane, and all of that happened. However, the Nigeria police are going to doctor the autopsy. Whatever they say it is what is already being driven. They've told these guys that you can come for the sake of the public, this and that. Afterward, when the autopsy is out, of course we can talk about the issue of bullying and all that, but we cannot prosecute you on all of them. For murder, no, forget it. Nobody's going to try you for murder. You didn't kill anybody, but you need to come. Make the public perception look this or that, yeah? Then after some time, there will be other things that will happen in Nigeria and they will forget. So that's why I said personally, I really, really want the young man to get justice. If police do their job, somebody is going to actually have to go down for this. So I'm going to call it a night. And thank you for spending your evening or afternoon or morning with me, okay? The next time we see, it is going to be about different things entirely. I hope you won't miss it. You can still like the broadcast before you go. And good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Mayegun dayari political. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Nayibi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì.
Máyégún ti dé.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀gọ̀ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.